Hey, what's up, everybody? It is day 47, and we're reading Leviticus chapter 11 through Leviticus chapter 13, and it's such an incredible time to read the Bible. And before we get into today's recap, I want to thank you for joining us in this year's yearly Bible reading program. Hopefully, you're enjoying the reading, and if you have not yet accepted the invitation to participate in the YouVersion Bible app, where we're reading the Bible every single day and leaving incredible feedback on what we're learning, it's not too late. You can still join by clicking the description box below, accessing the link, and it will take you directly to the YouVersion Bible app. And there you can subscribe and be a part of the community of individuals who are reading the Bible every single day and leaving comments on the things they are reading. So we hope you will join us, and we know we'll be blessed by your participation and the things you have to add about what you're reading every single day. Now, today we're covering Leviticus chapter 11 through Leviticus chapter 13, and here we find we have just come out of a very tragic accident, a situation where two priests have lost their life because they offered what is called strange fire. And now we continue our reading in chapter 11 through chapter 13 to discover what does it take to remain acceptable before the Lord, where there are certain things that they must do. Obviously, they must remain clean. And this looks like having a strict dietary law, a certain way of eating, certain animals that you can and can't eat. All of these things are actually prescribed in the book of Leviticus, and is a way of eating the right foods. And this is such an important thing to think about, that even what we eat is obviously an act of worship. And so we live here in America. We have all kinds of luxuries, and that's because we're the richest country in the world, and we're some of the richest people in the world. And obviously our diet reflects that. But the point is to care about your body, because your body is the temple of the Lord. It is the thing that God uses to glorify himself as you participate in different functions and operations. And that is the point. Here's the point. You have Levites who are there operating in a temple or in a tabernacle. You have Israelites who are operating in different functions, whether that's serving in the military or whether that is guarding the borders. Whatever the case may be, the thing that they would understand is that my life is a sacred act. And in order for me to participate in this sacred act, my body needs to be healthy. So what does God do? He prescribes to them a particular way of eating that will be appropriate for the kind of work that he expects them to fulfill in a way to glorify his name. Not just what I say, but how I live day to day and the energy I need to do that. So we see all of these different animals, all of these different things that are here. And it's very interesting to see all of the variety of animals that they can and can't eat, or the ones that they can't use as an offering as well. That's another thing. There are certain things that God doesn't want, right? He doesn't want these unclean animals like, mole rats and lizards and geckos and chameleons. He doesn't want those things. and there's obviously a very good reason for that. The camel, the hare, the pig. You see, he doesn't want these things. And so we have all of these different rules about what you eat and then what you offer. And these are to be honored and to be adhered to by the nation of Israel. And then there's these things about childbirth and skin diseases. Again, this is a way of ensuring that Israel is a clean nation. I said this before, and I have to say it again. A lot of this has to do with sanitation. What is the way to live life in a clean way? And that's what I think separates Israel just by mere cleanliness from the rest of the nations, that they were to be a clean people. They were supposed to care about how they present themselves before the Lord and how they just live in everyday life and in community. And so all of these things that we're going to read about childbirth and all the different skin diseases and clothes that are contaminated, we're going to read all about these things. And that is the point. Now, because life is a sacred act, when a person becomes unclean, then obviously there's a requirement for a sacrifice. And that's because, again, life is a sacred act. And there's a marriage between the sacred and the day-to-day living that is so unfamiliar to us in the 21st century, particularly in the Western context, that we have to wrap our mind around as we read through these laws and these commandments. But what that does is it helps us understand that every day we wake up, every day we go to work, every day we go to school, or whatever the case may be, we are participating in a divine activity that is intended to glorify and get this, demonstrate God before others who may not believe and know God the way we know him and believe in him. Literally what we wear, how we approach ourselves, how we adorn ourselves is all a sacred act that is supposed to reflect the holiness of God. So, brothers and sisters, that's a good thing to take away from today's reading. And I think we have so much more to go. We can't stop now. So let's keep on digging in. I'd love to know what you're learning, what you're discovering through the Word of God. If you don't mind, please leave a comment in the comment box below. Let us know what you're reading and thinking through as you study these passages. And we'll just continue to learn and grow together. Until next time, take care, God bless, and remember, live by the Word.